for Liverpool to have after the euphoria of winning at Old Trafford. Gerard Houllier has been saying until it happened he didn't understand what it meant to the Liverpool
I think
fans.
On the back of that result, Martin, I honestly think that having won at Old Trafford, that in real terms Gerard would have liked bottom of the table, home banker, just to make sure that they got 3 points from the next game after that wonderful victory last weekend. Now, it's not such a banker Arsenal here, although Arsenal's record, as Richard has just said, is not great over the last 8 or 9 years. I still think Arsenal are a pretty formidable side. I think they're due an away victory, and it wouldn't surprise me if it came today.
Right to the teams for you, and no surprise, Liverpool stick with that winning side. This is the team that rose to last Sunday's challenge at Old Trafford. A couple of changes on the bench though. Peggy Afexad is fit to back up Sonder Westerveld, he's been injured, and Jimmy Traoré is replaced by another young French left-back, Grégory Vignal.
Well, the basis of that great victory at Old Trafford, Martin, lay in a back-force performance that was almost faultless. Babel, Ansho, Huppi and Carragher all came out of it having played wonderfully well, and they'll need to do the same again today, no doubt about that. In midfield last weekend, well, Steven Gerrard was almost man of the match for me. He was excellent in everything he did. Bish-Chan, well, that was a quiet game for the lad, but that was expected, but he did his bit. Murphy and Bambi, well, they can revert. They'll change wings, they might do it today. Danny Murphy, Nicky Bambi, not restricted to left and right. We may see them alternate between each side. And up front, well, it'll be interesting to see whether one of them drops off the pace when they lose the ball, the way they did at Old Trafford, or whether because they're at home, they'll leave both right up top. I tend to think they might start with the same system, the same tactics that they used last week.
Well, Arsenal come without Tony Adams, who has been ill during a difficult week for him away from football. Oleg Luzhny comes into the centre of the defence. Patrick Vieira proved his fitness with a splendid showing as a second-half substitute at Spurs. So in a reshuffled midfield, it's Robert Pires who loses his place. And Dennis Bergkamp, who also looked sharp in a cameo role on Monday, he gets the nod over Kanu.
Well, this again will be 4-4-2 system. We're used to seeing it from Arsene Wenger. He does like a back four. Any team without Tony Adams for me is weakened, but Oleg Luzhny is a very capable deputy, and the rest of that back four are vastly experienced. Ray Parlour switching, as you say, from centre to right. I wondered if he might have been tempted to keep him alongside Vieira, keep Perez in the side and put Grimaldi at centre-back. That was another option, but I think he likes Grimaldi sitting in front there. And then up front, well, I like Dennis Bergkamp, I have to say. He looked against Tottenham on the second half on Monday night, Martin, as if he was back to something near his best, and therefore it's no surprise with Kanu a little off the pace, but he teams him with, well, a real hot Thierry Henry.
Number 13, Danny Murphy. Number 17, Steven Gerrard.
In this lead up to Christmas, Liverpool being judged against the very best. An examination set by the champions. Well, they passed that with distinction. Now they can expect to be asked searching questions by the second place side. Hard for these players to forget the euphoria of Old Trafford, but the sight of Arsenal should concentrate Liverpool minds on today's challenge. And outside, no seasonal offerings from the Anfield Choir. It's their anthem for all times of the year. You'll never walk alone. So Arsenal, well, they couldn't fully capitalise on Monday on Manchester United's defeat by Liverpool. David Seaman's still out at ankle injury in training, so Alex Manninger's come in without too much preparation after an injury of his own, and he's done well to catch up the pace and the demands. This is his 8th game in a row. Lee Dixon leads the side today in the absence of Tony Adams. Our thoughts are with him. Goal by Patrick Vieira did cut the deficit to 5 points, and Arsenal, well, they can reduce that to 2 to put some pressure on Manchester United before they play today. And what a game they have against Ipswich, with a wonderful away record too at Old Trafford. That's a 3 o'clock kickoff, of course. And a mixed season for Vieira because he's had the disciplinary problems. He faces another FA charge because of what happened recently at Leeds. But he scored 4 Premiership goals. That's already his best total for any season, and this is his 5th in this country. And Thierry Henry, named yesterday as France's Footballer of the Year. What an honour that is in a season where they've been crowned as European champions. So many other candidates.
Well, do you think Zinedine Zidane's been voted World Footballer of the Year?
That tells you what they think of Thierry Henry in France. Bit of more hair back on the scalp of Freddie Ljungberg these days. So here we go. Football's most hectic time is underway. The entertainment comes thick and fast, and that's sure to be the case over the next couple of hours. Liverpool did Arsenal a good turn last Sunday, but there will be no favours granted today. It's live. It's right after the break.
Arsenal, a Sky Sports production, available in widescreen, Dolby surround sound, and it's interactive, of course, with their stats, highlights, full-screen camera angles, player cam and fan zone. Today, Liverpool's Rob Gay and Arsenal's Rob Ayres will be providing an alternative commentary. That's for Sky Digital viewers on channel 404. For us, our match commentators at Anfield, Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Thank you, Richard. Jamie Carragher was man of the match last Sunday. He's the subject of our player cam for Sky Digital viewers, channel 404. And Liverpool have enjoyed their week, but it's back to business now. Liverpool ended the sort of poor record at Old Trafford that Arsenal have here at Anfield and are trying to break today. They've not won in 9 visits. They've not even scored here for 5 years. Paul Durkin, the referee. A pitch that is not really in keeping with the great traditions at this fine stadium. Probably the wettest year that Merseyside and Merseyside football's ever had to deal with, and a lot of sand, as you can see.
It's pretty poor. We often talk season after season about the quality of the Premiership football pitches. This is as poor as we've seen.
Here's Grimondi, Arsenal in their change strip today, and Freddie Ljungberg having his first run at Marcus Babbel and earning Arsenal a free kick.
Very positive run, that. Chunk of his shot, Marcus Babbel.
Martin Keown jogging forward, trying to get in unnoticed, but Heskey is back with him. Bergkamp takes, and Vesterveld can only help it on its way. It was a challenging ball from the Dutchman to the Dutch goalkeeper.
Yeah, Laleon, sensible thing, opening minute of the match. Didn't take a chance trying to catch it. They are a huge team, Liverpool, now. We talked maybe 2 years ago about the lack of size. Total reversal now, huge.
Couldn't find Patrick Vieira, as Arsenal did, to rescue a point at White Hart Lane from a right-wing corner. Henry on the move. Dixon waiting. Now spotting Bergkamp, knocked away by Steven Gerrard. It's a colossal contest between these two at Highbury in August. Liverpool, as you'll recall, ended with 9 men. Arsenal ended with their first victory in 15 games against Liverpool. And Vieira, of course, was also sent off. He's lost possession here, or Arsenal have done so, in the centre of the pitch. And it's Ancho, Babbel. Clip ball from Barnby. Originally trying to match the power of Heskey, but originally didn't make contact with the ball, and Liverpool have a corner.
Well, he didn't want to. He was desperate just to see the play out. Heskey was having none of it.
Arsenal haven't conceded a goal from a corner in the Premiership this season. A third of Liverpool's 33 goals in the league have come from headers. And there's a header from Christian. So that might be an intriguing part of the battle.
Well, they can't pick the ball up, Martin, as we said. They're absolutely huge, and if Hallshaw and Hoopier go up, they're a pretty big side, Liverpool.
Here is Sami Hyypiä. Hallshaw telling Babel to play it the way he was facing. Hallshaw doing likewise. Here's Silvinho. Henry was a scorer against Liverpool at Highbury in August. Wrapped up the victory late on, and Hallshaw's given it straight to Bergkamp. And Thierry Henry, Parler coming in at the far post. Henry looking for goal himself. He didn't really look towards Ray Parler. Who's disappointed. Bright opening here by Arsenal.
Well, I think Hallshaw might have got something on that, Martin, right at the very last second as Henry lifted his head to look for a pass.
Bergkamp. Smacked away by Hallshaw. Heskey takes it well. Got runners all pretty central. There were plenty of them. Dixon. Keown, who used to play here on Merseyside for Everton. Silvinho. Here's Dixon. Parler. He got past Carragher cleverly, but was running out of room. Did keep it in, but not to Arsenal's benefit in the end. Comfortable for Keown. As Andy said earlier, Arsene Wenger seems to prefer Grimaldi in midfield with Vieira. Could have moved him to the back line to slot in for the unavailable Adams. Oleg Luzhny's had a fair amount of games as a central defender, brought into the English game as a well-proven right back. Here he is winning a header against Heskey. That takes a bit of doing. He's in there again. It's thrown off behind him though. Keown's got a problem with Michael Owen.
Brilliant. Fantastic defending.
Ray Parler got rather stuck in the sand. But before that, Martin Keown. Capability at the back.
Well, as soon as it bounces, you know he's got a problem. But the way he kept his eye on Owen, look at the way he's got his arms, protecting the ball, keeping it away from him. Excellent defending.
Michael Owen scored 7 times in his first 6 Premiership appearances of the season. He hasn't scored in the next 6. And certainly had a chance to break that run, chance or two at Old Trafford.
And normally you see these two teams play, Martin, you expect them to try and pass the ball around. It's not a passing pitch at all. It looks like it'll cut up. It's dead looking pitch with all that sand in it, and if players are going to pop it around and pass it about, they're going to have to have a very, very good first touch.
Silvinho. Well, it was a risky ball and not an easy one for Vieira to take. Here's Can, the Croatian, just settling into life at Liverpool. And Carragher very quickly on the scene. Well, they're long-time friends, Arsene Wenger and Gerard Houllier. But you do feel they take a particular pride at trying to outwit each other. Arsenal, like Liverpool themselves, have only won twice away this season at West Ham and Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough where Liverpool go on the Boxing Day. Bergkamp. Here's Danny Murphy. Carragher. Grimaldi. Dixon can't control the pass, and already the pitch is taking some of the purity out of the play, not out of the attempts to pass the ball, but my goodness, you need precision here to weight the ball correctly along the ground.
I just wonder if one of the coaches, the managers, will try and get some instruction, and if you get it, all right. It's not quite happening playing it into midfield at the moment. It's difficult because your touch has to be good. You're going to be pressed. Shift it if you can get it comfortably back to front quickly. Interesting to see if anyone tries.
A longer pass from Keown, comfortably cut out by Babel. Luzhny had to hoist that because he was being closed down by Heskey. Bergkamp leading with the arm. He didn't like it. He thought it was a bit more sinister.
Well, he looks at the player here and just up he goes. I mean, Sammy Hooper having a little word about what he thought might have been an elbow, but no such thing.
Here is Bergkamp. Finds Ljungberg ahead of him. Carla's come in from the right-hand side. Of course, a recent hat-trick against Newcastle at Highbury in the Premiership for Ray Parlour. He actually made his Arsenal debut here almost 9 years ago. Owen was peeling off, gambling that might have dropped beyond Keown, either through a flick from Heskey or off the defender himself, but it didn't happen for Liverpool then. Vieira to assert his own power over the pitch. Henry. Esteval can mop that up without undue difficulty.
Well, he's got also for pace. I don't think there's a doubt about that. Thierry Henry. He's just a little unlucky. His touch was a fraction heavy.
Silvinho. Good pressing on the Brazilian by Heskey. Has earned Liverpool a throw. Babel indicating he wants to throw it long, and no one offering any alternative. Well defended by Vieira. Gerrard! It flew in for Liverpool from Steven Gerrard.
Well, I don't think Arsenal will be happy at the marking at the edge of the box, but take nothing away from this strike. This is absolute perfection. Lots of space from him. He controls it absolutely beautifully. Look at him, look at the ball. What a strike from Steven Gerrard. He knows as soon as he hits it almost that it's going in. He almost turning away in one movement. Manning got absolutely no chance. Beautifully controlled.
Here comes Henry, as Arsenal try to hit back straight away. Henry can hit one, but it's not quite as telling as Steven Gerrard's breathtaking effort at the other end. One of the country's top young talents, and emphasising that promise in one sweet strike.
Well, again, we talked about the height of Liverpool, Martin. That's another example of the new tactic that Liverpool have used this season. I can't remember too often ever seeing a Liverpool side toss too many long throws in. But they've got such a huge side now. Bischan was the one who was making life difficult for Vieira. And although Vieira won the header, no great distance on it.
Well, there was a time where Liverpool didn't even toss corners into the penalty.
There was. Yeah, absolutely.
They used to work the opposition out, play it short, change the angles, try to play football from a corner rather than play the percentages. But that has changed in the game of the 21st century. Henry. Ljungberg trying to get through the middle. His passage barred by Hooper. A little nibble at Henry by Ansho. Free kick to Arsenal, taken quickly. Bergkamp kept balance well. Well, it was on target. Westerveld got plenty behind it.
Well, there's only 12 minutes, 13 minutes gone, but there's no doubt that Arsenal have worked the Liverpool goalkeeper. Alex Manninger's sold piece of work to pick the ball out the back of the net.
This is Murphy. Fine challenge by Vieira. But Murphy fought back and nicked it from Grimondi. Babel. Owen saw some space, tried to accelerate into it. Then Keown did what was necessary. Got a bit of a bang from Michael Owen as he did so. Well, an early start for everyone at Anfield today. A flying start for Steven Gerrard and for Liverpool. Grimondi. Vieira, but Heskey tried to curtail Vieira's contribution there. Osho knocked it against Silvinho. It dropped kindly for the Swiss international. And Silvinho on the way back, bundled into Barmby and got the ball. Vieira. Now Murphy. Manninger and Luzhny not quite of the same mind for an instant.
Good enough though. Thing was, the ball, talked about the dead pitch, man. That was an example of a through ball that normally would have skipped through. Wasn't getting there. Luzhny had to deal with it.
Luzhny right at the back of Heskey. Paul Durkin. There's no foul. Henry. Trying to tease Carragher. There's Gerrard on the stretch, wondering where the goalkeeper was. Then he clears only as far as Parler, who tries to batter the ball back goals. It struck Stanley Hurpier, and Liverpool get a free kick.
The thing about an early goal in a game like this is because it's such an important game, Martin, we've now got a proper football match, as I would term it. One thing I would say, we've seen Arsenal's last 2 away games, I think, Tottenham and at Leeds. The one thing we'll say about them, twice they've lost the lead. The response was magnificent in both games. Unlucky not to get a point at Elland Road, and could easily have won the game on Monday night, second half. The response so far to losing the goal has been absolutely first class.
It's strange because Arsenal will be the first to admit they started slowly at Spurs. That hasn't been the case here. Nevertheless, the home team, as at White Hart Lane, have struck the first blow. Owen. And what a blow. Probably an optical illusion, Andy, but the ball seemed to gather pace in the air after Steven Gerrard had hit it. Here's Barmby. That's gathered pace maybe to Arsenal's advantage, going beyond Owen and behind. Our player cam switches to the Arsenal skipper today, Lee Dixon, who completes 13 years with the club in January. Sky Digital viewers, channel 404. Bright beginning at Anfield. Not a bright morning. Floodlights on. Got to be very sure with the touch here, and Martin Keown at least got it out of harm's way, if not exactly where he wanted to play it. Heskey, that aerial ability of Liverpool, and Heskey didn't have much time to dwell on it last Sunday. Had a header cleared off the line moments before Gary Neville handled to give Liverpool a position from which they scored the only goal of the game with Murphy's free kick. Babel started all the Premiership games this season. He's the first in England. Silvinho really appreciated getting that from Luzhny, but played it quite nicely for a moment, Arsenal. Murphy. Gerrard. Wanting it played over the top, and it's really fizzed wide too. Barmby. Fine pass matched by the control. Christian. Confident enough now to maybe show a trick or two. It's led to a corner.
The only surprise for me at corners is that Stefan Honshaw doesn't got that. Arsenal have got every single player in their 18-yard box.
Murphy's corner. Just on that, Andy, Stefan Honshaw has played, this is his 136th game in English football. He's never scored.
Ah, well, there you go then.
Now, that could be because he never goes up, of course. Which came first?
Yeah.
Signals sent out by Murphy. It's a poor corner, really, but Henry hasn't dealt with it decisively and could be seen as potentially dangerous play. Header by Bischan. Heskey. Disappointing in the end, but another header won in that Arsenal penalty area. Bischan guiding it into an area that Heskey could have made a bit more promising.
Oh, should have done. He's not offside here. He looks it certainly if you just focus on him, but up above him there as the header's made, there are plenty of players playing him on. I just thought he gets caught here. I'm not sure whether he wanted to strike it, whether he tries to feed it across the 6-yard box.
Some problems to Keown, and Barnby leaving Luzhny down through a foul. The flag went up. Luzhny.
Referee wasn't given this, Martin. He really reacted, Paul Durkin, purely on the signal from his linesman. I mean, is it a knee in the back that goes up there? That's what you see. Luzhny immediately goes to ground. The flag, you can see, goes up right away.
Gives us time to just look again at how Liverpool took the lead.
Well, here's a long threat, but Vieira wins it, but they've got this concern is so much, Martin, that they have no one on the edge of the box, no one to protect it, and what a strike. Great technique.
And a great view of it from that angle for Gerard Houllier and Phil Thompson. Gary Lewin trying to get some wind back into the Luzhny sails. Well, Boxing Day, we start at noon. Aston Villa against Manchester United, Sky Sports 1, Sky Sports Extra. And then Hearts against Hibs on Sky Sports 3. And all the day's action. 7 o'clock, great service for you. Sky Sports 1, don't miss that one. And that's just a part of it. Festive helping of football for you. Feeling particularly seasonal at the moment is the Ukrainian Luzhny. And Arsenal have dropped to Grimondi back alongside Keown. On the bench today for the Gunners, Igor Stepanovs, the Latvian, who is a centre-back. Murphy. Usually should be okay to get back on. It can be very painful, a knee into the base of the spine. Owen. Gerrard. Play it forward early when he had a bit more time. Here's Ball. Looked away from him by Babel. Luzhny is back on. Miscue by Keown, and Manninger hasn't got it at the first attempt. Keown in the end has to clear. All a little nervy for Arsenal.
Didn't come strong enough, the goalkeeper, Martin. Although it's a slight error from Mark Keown, I think a goalkeeper comes with a strong positive attitude. He goes in a little light, flimsy for me.
He's Played here a couple of times before in the Premiership, Alex Manninger. Ljungberg. Gerrard, Barnby. Ljungberg. Arsenal may be guilty of overplaying a bit. And again, the assistant guiding Paul Durkin after the ball had gone, spotting, I think, a push.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Marcus Babel, I think, on Freddie Ljungberg. Silly, Arsenal weren't going anywhere, struggling to get the ball out.
Well, we have been spoilt by the quality of Premiership pitches over the last few years. Time was this period of the year that all games were played on surfaces such as this one. Bergkamp, Parlour.
Oh, they're looking for handball, aren't they? Paul Durkin had a pretty good look at that.
Goes Dixon.
Well, no huge protest at the moment would suggest it might have rolled over his arm, Martin, as he went to ground. And that's the problem. As soon as he goes to ground here, he tricks him and he goes down. As his arm falls on the ball, I think that would have been a very harsh decision. It's a little unlucky, Ray Parlour, initially trying to get in.
I think in 6 months' time we might ask Jamie Carragher if he meant to do it or not, and he might tell us.
It was pretty good peripheral vision if he could see the ball from where he was falling from.
Headed by Luzhny. Parlour. Good work by Murphy until it came to the pass. Silvinho. Happy to work the full width of the pitch. Gives him a chance to use his pace coming in on an angle. Away by Bischan. 3 years ago it was when Arsenal followed a December 1-1 draw at Spurs by going unbeaten until they lost here the following May. 4 days after being crowned as Championship winners. I'd love to be able to click into that sort of gear again. Bergkamp has gone down and got the Gunners a free kick.
Yeah, it's just about striking distance. I think you'd have to assume, Martin, that if your front two are over the ball, that there might be a strike involved here.
Trying to make a use of himself in the wall. Also Bergkamp shot. Actually missed the player who was trying to close down Arsenal at the free kick. Got a little bit further towards the goal, but Osho stood firm. Well, there might be a winter break in Spain, but Steve McManaman is here as a spectator to see old friends and to also enjoy the great fun of football at this time of the year. Usually do get one or two who go public. That's George Burley this time saying there should be a winter break, but for the paying customer who has their time off work, it's really an integral part of the calendar. Dixon's header. Steven Gerrard, the scorer, if you've just joined us. It's past the 10-minute mark for Liverpool with a terrific drive from the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. Parlour. On from Barnby, Owens offside.
Only just. Silvino did very well, didn't get tempted to try and get round on cover he was never going to provide. Oh God, is it? Look at that. As one player goes out, how often do they get that one wrong? And it's the most difficult one. When players cross, exactly as they did then. Keown coming out, Owen going forward. It's the most difficult one for the linesman to get right.
Ljungberg. Trying to trick Herpier here and almost coming up with some inspirational improvisation, Freddie Ljungberg. Faster ball as a pro. The free kick that maybe Ljungberg was looking for. In quickly by Henry. Parler. Dixon. They sliced it. And he gets a corner off Marcus Babbitt.
No, it's a cross outside of the left foot from Lee Dixon, Mark. Come on. We've had some joy though down this near side, Arsenal, Mark. It's been the better option of when they've gone forward, where to play.
Silvino to take the corner. Barnby back to match the run of Bergkamp. Both clubs with so much to look forward to in 2001, both still in Europe. Liverpool in the League Cup semis. Vieira. Now Murphy. Can Liverpool counter-attack here? Not this time. Silvino did well for Arsenal. Ljungberg. Give it. I think the message is from Arsene Wenger. He had one or two options quite close to him, particularly on the right-hand side.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the option he chose, Martin. I mean, he's just 5 yards out, Freddie Ljungberg there. I think it's after the event you want him to give it, when he sliced it past the post. Finds the top corner, you think, hey, well done, son, good choice.
It's the bottom corner that Steven Gerrard found very cleanly for Liverpool. Arsenal still trying to catch up from that. Murphy, Babel behind Silvino. Good early cross. Owen Owen.
I think that's been the story of these last few weeks for me, Martin. Chance after chance, and I mean good chance. I'm not talking half chance here. I think a fit and sharp Michael Owen certainly would have hit the target. I'm not saying he would have scored, but would have made a better job of it than that.
Missed it with the right leg, bounced off the left. Arsenal relieved. The arm was up by Vieira, and then Liverpool were rather looking for it through Herpier. And Buschan alongside him. Ljungberg. Wilshney. Now Keown. Bergkamp wanted one just lofted down an inside left channel, and it didn't come.
Oh, I tell you, Mark, I'd like to see that again.
We were right in line, and
I'd say Nicky Barnby went right in behind Lee Dixon. And I was talking about Martin Keown and Oleg Luzny in the centre of the pitch. As the ball's played, see if we can see this. Oh, it's not even in the other opponent's half, is it? Unlucky. I'm just wondering, I see Danny Murphy, Martin, switch from the left to the right. I talked about how Arsenal have enjoyed better success this near side in playing the ball. And I wonder if they've just maybe said to Danny Murphy, get yourself over here for a little bit. Shut it off.
Vieira. Ljungberg, Arsenal trying to mix it up in midfield. It's something they do from time to time, the two wide players for Liverpool. But certainly Silvino is threatened as Arsenal continue their quest to try and get level at Anfield, where their scoring record is so poor. 5 years since they last got a goal here. That was a penalty. failed to score in 6 of the last 7 visits. So the history was not good for them, but the play hasn't been too bad.
No, I think they've done all right up to a point, Arsenal, Mark. That point being about 25 yards from goal.
Of course, is very well known to Gerard Houllier. They work together in the French junior international teams, and I'm sure Houllier will be very pleased to see his protégé give the ball away like that. Grimonde, another member of the French connections today. Luzhny. Grimonde. Bergkamp making it a move to the centre.
Ahead of him, Mark, really. As you say, only Bergkamp, but there was no other movement ahead of Grimonde.
Bergkamp again trying to get there.
This is what Liverpool have for the last couple of games that I think I've noticed anyway. They've been certainly more solid than before. The back four keep a nice tight shape about them, and I think Gerrard's done a marvellous job of protecting them. And even the front men, defending begins up top. That's where Heskey and Owen have helped, I think, in recent weeks. You know, because Arsenal have probably had certainly more possession of the ball, probably territorially they're ahead, probably on the attempts they're ahead. I would think most stats they'll probably be ahead, apart from the most important one.
Sure. It's over away now. A little flick from Bergkamp. Henry, who we know can dip them and hit the target from there. Just ask Manchester United. Bergkamp now spotlights Liverpool's match winner at Manchester United, Danny Murphy.
Well, he's about to move over left side. Bambi coming back over right.
Really terrific history between these two clubs. Lots of Liverpool victories over the Gunners here at Anfield. Arsenal have won 2 FA Cup finals between the clubs and a League Cup final. And of course, produced the all-time climax to a championship race when they took the title from Liverpool here in 1989. Lee Dixon still around from that. And John Lukic as well as the Arsenal substitute goalkeeper today. Vieira and Bischan.
No, it was up there, and there was always going to be the inevitable contact, I felt, as the ball sat up. Well, it's up in the air. They both have a little look. The arm comes up for protection. He has a little look at Vieira, and he makes sure, I think, Bischan, that he's not getting up.
So it's around the mouth that the major impact was. Patrick Vieira, the only one of the infamous trio from the match at August who got red cards, is on the field today. Harman is injured, although his second yellow card was rescinded for the record. And Gary McAllister is a substitute for Gerard Houllier today. Keogh. Interception by Gerrard. Heskey. Army's got into the centre. Owen's already there. This is Bischan. Blocked off. Quite calculated fashion by Oleg Luzhny. Stood across the line the Croatian wanted to take.
Well, I think he knows he's getting a free kick here. He's almost playing for that. Nowhere to go, really. Well, it gives Liverpool a great chance. Put in a quality ball. Get players attacking it.
Very much the main man at free kicks these days for Liverpool. It's flown off the wall and it's a corner. And involve Danny Murphy again.
Well, it was ambitious from Murphy, obviously high in confidence after last weekend. He looked at none of his teammates at all. He had one thing in mind, that was trying to bend it round the corner into the net.
First time he's only found Thierry Henry from the right-hand side corner in this first half. Murphy trying to take on Henry along the deck. And again, Henry defends well.
Well, he better improve his corners or be off them sharpish, I would think. That's 2 in a row. He hasn't bypassed the front man.
Liverpool's goal coming indirectly from a restart situation, a long throw that was only partially cleared by Vieira's head to the scorer Gerrard.
I mean, this has not been a great football match in terms of the ball slicking across the surface, Martin. But I think what Arsenal are finding is exactly what Manchester United found last week, the difficulty in breaking down Liverpool when they get set.
Lots of appeals, but Paul Durkin not a man to bow to that sort of pressure from the crowd, and he stops the play in the end so that Keown can get some assistance.
No, it all depends on how he's landed on this. That's exactly where the injury comes. I mean, I have nothing against that. You try and teach strikers to go up early. If he crumples under his right arm there, that might be the problem. But what Martin Keown does as a defender is he goes up early, takes a little ride, all right, but the jump was a good clean one. Used Heskey for a little leverage.
It's the risk on the left side of it. There'll be a dislocated collarbone there. He came down a long way, Keown.
Yeah.
Players on the pitch here today. We'll look back on the year 2000 with great affection. He captained England during this year. To take it on for himself.
This is just so classic, man. It reminds you of a game we saw not so long ago. This when the opponents have the ball, they're conceding the ground. Liverpool are letting Arsenal come so far. They're getting players behind the ball.
To do it at home.
Yeah, but this is a good team they're playing against. You see, that's the thing.
Rimondi, Heskey. Emphasising Andy's point about the whole team defending for Gerard Houllier. But Arsenal win it, and Bergkamp gets it forward. He was fouled by Carragher, and Bergkamp didn't take at all kindly to that and was in danger of becoming the retaliator.
Yeah, it wasn't a great tackle from Jamie Carragher. There was just a couple of, 5 or 10 seconds of madness there, and you can see he's very late against Bergkamp. He reacts, which he shouldn't.
Look how quickly Paul Durkin was on the scene there. But he knew that Carragher started it. Telling Heskey it's nothing to do with him.
No, I thought that might be a booking. It might be I think it's the first of the day, is it?
And I think there's no disputing it. So Arsenal have a free kick. Some 3 minutes plus stoppage time to go to half-time. They're a goal down. Think forward by Dixon. Chan trying to get some distance into it. He needed some help from Barmby. Not easy for Bergkamp. Bergkamp bearing the brunt of the home supporters' discontent.
Yeah, I think his reaction, he was a touch fortunate himself, Dennis Bergkamp, Martin, that Paul Durkin.
Well, he has got that in his makeup,
Yeah.
hasn't he? We've seen him get a couple of red cards in his time in England. Goes Arsenal's way again. Bergkamp aware that Gerrard was right behind him. He was jumping and nothing came, and there's still a bit of afters there between the two.
It's always got a lovely edge on it, this game, I feel, from a neutral's point of view.
It's a very, very important match. Arsenal so pleased with what Liverpool did last weekend to maybe bring them into the championship race from an unpromising position by putting the brakes on Manchester United, but now they're attacking Arsenal's own hopes, are Liverpool. Vieira. Grimondi finding a bit of power in a wide position, but across it. Bergkamp cleared the way for Ray Fowler, surely not. Against Bergkamp. He pulled back against Dennis Bergkamp.
Great idea from Bergkamp, no doubt about that. So aware that Parla was making a run behind him. Now, is this a free kick? I'll tell you what. I'm not so sure if Sami Hyypiä would have got the ball anyway. But they'll take it.
Silvino not daunted by the difficulties of the playing surface. Henry, led by Carragher. Makeshift left back, you might say, but he's been pressed into service there over the past few weeks, and suddenly Liverpool's defensive record has improved almost beyond all recognition this season.
That's a horrible tackle.
Went at Henry, and now
Exactly, I think that's ridiculous from Marcus Babel. I have to say, when you talk about cynical, Martin, Marcus Babel recently has been quoted as saying that this is too much of a gladiatorial league for the likes of him. He doesn't like it, too much of warfare. But watch this. Ball's gone. I love you, son.
And have Thierry Henry, he did. But Arsenal would be best advised to let Paul Durkin deal with it. Seen Bergkamp start to lose his cool. Henry came back as well. And have his say to Babel, who is always going to be booked. Going to be 4 extra minutes before half-time. Bergkamp takes. Gerrard able to head away. It's a great challenge by Danny Murphy, and he's still a battle so that the ball goes out of play. Bergkamp nearly threw it at the referee. Not intentionally, I hasten to add. Here's Bischak, very much in the battle. And a real battle it is. The slowness of the surface is bringing the players into more and more physical confrontation. No doubt about that.
The game probably needs half-time, Mark, just to settle it down a bit. Put the lid back on it.
Henry looking to set himself to try and bend it. It did not bend.
Well, it did the wrong way.
Yes, yes. But if you wanted a moment to typify the tenacity, Danny Murphy is in the team for his ability on the ball, really, but he was fighting for Liverpool's life here to get the challenge in the first place. That had just happened, and he still wanted to see it out. Feet of Bergkamp on to Henry. Also happy to show him that side. Ljungberg, bit tight here for Grimondi. Heskey battles back, so forward coming into midfield again.
midfield forward, going into the back four almost. But I think that for me is what Liverpool have certainly based last week on, and have based the first half. They've certainly not had as much joy with possession of the ball or territorially as Arsenal. But what they have done is kept Arsenal at long range. They haven't really gotten themselves into great goal-scoring positions up till now, Arsenal.
Vieira, short of numbers in the centre, Arsenal. Vieira couldn't cut it back. Silvinho. Bergkamp. Ljungberg. Parler. Dixon on the scene. Bergkamp wants to be set up here, and that's hit the roof of the stand. And he was looking for the roof of the net.
Yeah, just sat up for him. That's what happened there. I think he wants half-time, Gerard Houllier. I think he wants to get his team in, Martin. Winning the game, yes, but not controlling it.
When you think Liverpool had lost 3 out of 4 in the league, and coming up was away to Manchester United, at home to Arsenal. Could they turn it around to the extent of 6 points out of 6 against the top 2 in the table, most would say in the country? And Paul Durkin, I think, quite happy to blow for half-time. 1 goal, a worthy one from Steven Gerrard. Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0. Bit of change you'd have been looking for in any case.
Yeah, I said to you at half-time, I think Arsenal, like Alan Smith, I agree, are desperately short of central midfield players getting in the box. And I said to you, maybe the thought of bringing on Perez, natural left-sided, shifting Ljungberg to the right, which looks like they're going to do it, have Ray Parler, who will get forward, who has got that engine, man, who has got that desire to get past Thierry Henry. That just gives him a better option for me.
Arsenal not only trying to end their own poor record here at Anfield, but make an imprint on a pretty good set of home results for Liverpool in the Premiership this season. They've only dropped 5 points here, and 3 of those were in the last match in the league on this ground when Ipswich beat them. Heskey almost through, and Barmby thinking quickly was making an angle through the centre, and I think he would have been onside. Here's Vieira. Is it going to pick up where it left off at half-time? Really at the boiling point. Perez joining the action. Babel has been booked, has to be careful. Henry. It comes for Bergkamp, does it? Not quite. It might come here for Ljungberg. Arsenal reflect on a bit of pinball in that Liverpool penalty area right at the start of the second half.
Perhaps Freddie Ljungberg might have done a little better when the ball arrived, and rather jabbed at it first time.
Silvinho to take the corner. And it's headed away by Heskey from Westerveld's very grasp. Bergkamp! Great stop by Sander Westerveld. Well hit by Dennis Bergkamp. Hard but true. But Westerveld got the better of him.
He'll be happy he saves this. He should have dealt with the corner, and he should have been saying to Heskey, keepers, there was obviously no communication. They never got it away from then on. And you can see the ball move through the air.
Parler. Murphy in the left-back position having to clear. Bischan misses it. Murphy making the interception. And the counter-attack, or attempted counter-attack, doesn't get very far for Liverpool that time. Parler saw to that.
Well, have a look at this save again. We can see if the ball actually does move. You can see Bergkamp hit this, and there it's, look at that. Ball moving through the air. That's why the goalkeepers don't like this ball very much. It does tend to move more than the old one.
The test of Emil Heskey's resilience. Barely flinched. Hupia. Raimondi in the back line now, alongside Keogh. And Thierry Henry giving him an old-fashioned look over his shoulder as to the lack of quality in the ball forward. Silvinho. Pressure on him by Barmby again, typical of Liverpool in this sort of mood. Bergkamp, Parla. Just enough on it to reach Westerveld within the penalty area.
Well, you wondered who posed the question, more of the same, and it certainly started off that way. The London club are the ones who are trying to push forward. Liverpool happy, well, not happy, but content to soak it up and break.
Just got a foot to the ball. Bergkamp turning into trouble. Murphy and the Barmby on, but he overcooked the pass. Pires. Now Parla. At the heart of the battle. His half-time switch into the centre. Arsenal certainly found something extra in the second half at Spurs on Monday. They're trying to do the same at Anfield. After which they head for a holiday period of fixtures in the London area. They're at home to both Leicester and Sunderland, also high in the table, of course. And then their New Year's match is away at Charlton. Dixon trying to gain a little bit of illegal ground. Gerrard. Slapped forward by Herpier. A bit of discontent around Anfield, where they've seen the ball pass better than that down the years. Parla. Heskey using his frame to good effect. Gerrard. Patrick Vieira, now the subject of our player cam. Sky Digital viewers on channel 404. From Silvino with great vision and great technique. Henry skipped past Onsho. Oh, and Bergkamp was unmarked. The ball didn't get to him, but he's gone and got it for himself. Well, there was a crispness about that Arsenal attack that really caught the eye.
That's the best move of the match. Lovely football. The only thing lacking was the final ball.
Bergkamp. Henry to hit it, trying to first of all concentrate on keeping it down. Couldn't steer it inside Westerveld's right-hand post.
Well, the move prior to that was one to admire. Beautiful outside of the left foot. Now from here, he's just going to blow Hongshaw away, Mark. Not for the first time today. And just when he's looking to pick out Bergkamp, doesn't get enough angle on the ball.
The longer legs in the Premiership, belonging to Sami Herpier, made the intervention. Babel. Mondi panicking as Barmby tried to bar his progress. Henry, France's Footballer of the Year, announced yesterday. Bergkamp, here's Henry. Herpier in the firing line, and gets a foot to it. Henry, Herpier puts up the barricades once more. Arsenal really asking the questions, and so far, Liverpool answering them. Barmby, covering from Dixon, but Heskey will get to this one. Owen's back on his feet. Murphy coming in as well behind Michael Owen, but it didn't reach either Owen or Murphy because Vieira intervened.
Great spot from Patrick Vieira. This has been the only threat really to Arsenal's second half, is the breakaway, the counter-attack. Not a lot to aim at, bodies back and people getting back. Dealt with it well, Patrick Vieira.
Hang on, you don't go out too far.
6 forward for Liverpool at the corner. Furthest from the goal, Barmby gets the half clearance. In from Murphy. Fine work by Keown in the air. A bit of juggling by Ulrich. Parler couldn't come up with the save. Murphy.
Switches on. Great spot.
Perez found by Vieira. Henry. Silvinho. Perez. Lovely football from Arsenal again.
Well, that right-hand side's a problem to Liverpool. They can't stem it, Martin. They've got great joy. That was the promising side first half for Arsenal. It's continued in the second half. They've got in behind Babel time and time again. It was pretty impressive, isn't it?
As is Liverpool's Premiership record against Arsenal. They've averaged 2 points a game. It's going to be a real test, you feel, if they're going to get 3 here. But Heskey heads on. Will have the capacity to hit on the counter-attack. Moncho being pursued by Henry sufficiently to make Moncho put it out. So Arsenal get the throw well forward. Bergkamp. Henry. Impish try.
Yeah, ambitious though, isn't it? Well, I suppose when he's trying it, Martin, you know, who's to complain? But you have to commend Liverpool defensively. I think again this weekend they defended superbly. Numbers, better organisation.
And they were struggling for clean sheets.
Yes. I think they're going to work awfully hard to get one today still. There's plenty left in this match. There's plenty of threats still to come, I feel, from Arsenal. When you look at the bench, you look at Viltor and Kanu.
Lovely touch from Bergkamp. Parler. Bergkamp again. Henry. Perez. They come in from the left-hand side. Possibly would have gone offside. Arsenal go hunting it again. Respect between Vieira and the player he fouled, Barmby.
I think where Arsenal maybe are a fault to themselves, Martin, is when Perez does come in and Ljungberg comes in, it gets all a bit narrow for them.
You see, Liverpool can just play a percentage ball like that up to Heskey and he'll make a nuisance of himself. It's not quite the same for Arsenal if they have to knock it in like that. So they're looking maybe for goals of higher quality, if you like. The beautifully created move rounded off. Heskey has given the Gunners some trouble in his Leicester days as well. Murphy switching the play, but Silvinho stops that switch being completed. It's an iffy kick from Alex Manninger. He's had very little to do in the second half. It was well beaten 10 minutes into the first half by Steven Gerrard. August 1992, the last time Arsenal won at Anfield. Anders Limpar and Ian Wright, the scorers. It seemed for many years that only Ian Wright could score for Arsenal against Liverpool. He didn't get too many. Barmby, Heskey. Maybe caught in 2 minds at the end. Parler. Bergkamp. Real intensity in the play, emphasising the importance of this game. At a very influential time of the football calendar. Points can be won in quick succession over the next few days, but games go by rapidly if you're not picking the points up.
Arsenal's last 3 away games have been Elland Road, White Hart Lane and Anfield, Martin. I think, look, before it, they'd have been looking to win one of those games without a shadow of a doubt. A defeat and a draw up till now suggests that they really do need something from this match.
But for Perpier and his height, the tall figure and a yellow shirt coming in behind him might have scored an equaliser for the second time this week, Patrick Vieira.
But a run that's been lacking from Arsenal, it's the one thing that has lacked runs from that area centrally, caused a problem.
That's something Alan Smith talked about in our studio at half-time. And he would know how it helps the men who are stationed up front when a midfield man does go beyond like that. Henry can't rein it in. Kieran's climb against Heskey, clean enough for Paul Durkin. Babel can only knock it out. And he gets the foot up to get to the ball ahead of Bergkamp.
A poor throw from Perez, that man.
Babel, who was booked for cleaning out Thierry Henry just before half-time. Gets much more latitude from the referee. It's Perez having wasted the throw, now wastes possession in a different sense. The crossfield pass that Liverpool cut out easily. Bischat. Well, they came out well, Arsenal, and I felt through Ray Parlour they got the ball.
Yeah, Ray Parlour arguing the point, you can see that.
Free kick given Liverpool's way.
Just gives him a breather, Martin. The defenders, the back four will be happy about that for Liverpool.
Well, this very talented 20-year-old Steven Gerrard setting himself for the free kick. Danny Murphy, who hurt that wrist before half-time, is going off. On comes Vladimir Schmitzer, who was an effective substitute at Old Trafford. Gets the last third of the game here at Anfield today. Here comes Gerrard. Got it into Dixon.
Lovely strike. Absolutely clean.
Carragher. Inviting Heskey to get down that channel. He shrugs aside Martin Keown. Heskey. Manninger can only parry. Michael Owen is there. The counter-attackers have struck again.
Well, it's the power of Heskey. Wide. That causes a problem. He gets a little bit of good fortune with the bounce of the ball. Not many people muscle Martin Keown out the way. Now as it dropped, look at Heskey's power there and pace. Across the goalkeeper textbook. Because if you do that and the goalkeeper makes a save and your strike partner's alive and aware as Michael Owen is, you can get a tap in.
Well, his first Premiership goal since late September, almost 3 months. 8 in the league, 10 altogether. 2-0 to Liverpool. And the climb gets steeper for Arsenal, and Bergkamp look to get involved again. And once more, Arsenal's you call it spirit when it works out well. It can be a petulance if you get into trouble with the referee, and Bergkamp was close to doing that again a moment ago. They have to knuckle down and continue their efforts to get a goal at Anfield, which has been so elusive, not just in the hour or so we've had here, but of course for 5 years now. Last 4 visits they've failed to score in the Premiership. Heskey down as he looked to pursue, the ball rolled in by Schmitzer.
Yeah, Grimaldi stood his ground. Was centre back. If he wanted to run in behind, he was letting him go. Heskey ended up running straight into him. it's a big goal for Liverpool, Martin, because Arsene Wenger would have known at 1-0, very much aligned. But I still think that the Arsenal manager will think if they can get a goal, whether it's with now or with 5 minutes to go, there's still a chance. I don't think Liverpool are controlling the game confidently enough to suggest that this is all over. It's going to be tough, but you know that Kanu and Wiltor are certainly going to be thrown on at some time. I'd be surprised if they're not.
There's Sylvain Wiltor showing some sign of getting ready for action. Arsenal lost their very first away game of the season, their first game of the season at Sunderland. They also lost here on Merseyside against Everton, and they lost at Leeds. And now the Arsenal fans are a little bit annoyed at where the ball has been kicked to for the restart.
Well, full marks to the rest of the players. I mean, an awful lot of players are doing that now, Martin. They're just chipping it into the corner and saying, well, we'll make it difficult for you to get out. I think that's what they're saying. And Vladimir Smicel's done nothing that I haven't seen other Premiership players do there.
We're in the part of the world where Paolo Di Canio set high standards of sportsmanship last weekend. Schmitzer. And he's leaving Vieira for a moment.
I was going to say, not for long.
That takes a bit of doing even over the shorter distance.
I think
the longer distance, the man with the longest stride called up.
I thought that might have been Liverpool's free kick, but Paul Durkin saw it the other way.
Ljungberg beaten initially by the pitch and then by falling on the ball and using a hand. The referee has to intervene. Gerrard, the Liverpool player, involved. This may not be the finest exhibition of footballing skills you've ever seen, but in most other aspects, it's the real deal.
Well, Steven Gerrard's complaining this should be a yellow card. Certainly has a free kick, but he's complaining. He wants something done about it because he felt he was breaking away. You can always guarantee one thing when teams at the top play, big teams like these two, Martin, is good, bad and indifferent quality of football. It's a contest.
So Ljungberg, this match ends on a rather acrimonious note. And on comes Sylvain Wiltor. And he's quick. And he's come into a game that's not only fast, it's furious as well. Heskey.
Free kick, yeah, for me.
Against Bergkamp, who wasn't going for the ball with the determination that Gerrard was. It's in range, especially you've seen Steven Gerrard hit one in the second half already, plus the goal, of course, 10 minutes into the game. The first goal for Liverpool, Owen's got the second.
Well, this has been a good spell for Liverpool, Mark, since Michael Owen's goal. They haven't been pushed back, they haven't been under pressure. They've been able to go the other way.
And it's Bischia trying to show what he can do. Arsenal wouldn't have probably known what to expect. Plenty of defending for Liverpool to do, you would still anticipate here. And our player cam now concentrates on Stefan Oncho. Sky Digital Viewers, channel 404. Hoisted by Oncho. Vieira. Bergkamp. Owen, for whom that goal would have meant a great deal. Paul Durkin gives Arsenal momentarily a 12th man. Grimaldi's header. Then Babel. Dixon. We're into the last quarter of the game. Wiltor. Getting ahead of the ball. To Wilto can't find him. He's got hooked on by Christian in behind Keown, who's not happy. Heskey again the cause of that. Gerrard, Owen, Nipoli, Schmitzer. He was just trying to angle his run in behind Keown. Now Vieira urging Arsenal forward. And to set the sort of example they desperately need in the last 20 minutes. He hits the deck and doesn't get the free kick that he was hoping for. Dixon closed down very quickly by two, Carragher and Schmitzer, and Lee Dixon was leaning into Jamie Carragher.
Well, that's good defending again, isn't it, Martin? As soon as the ball got to Dixon, a wall of two players there right in front of him. Shift it well, look at that, nowhere to go. Might have been looking for obstruction, but pulling away at Jamie Carragher's shot.
Well, you start to wonder, Andy, and there is a danger in our game of jumping to early conclusions, but this is a pivotal time in the rebuilding of Liverpool.
Well, it might be. You can't have a better 6 days, Martin, if this continues, than winning at Old Trafford and then beating Liverpool here. Beating Arsenal here at Anfield. You can't go on from there, then you'd have to ask questions.
Schmitzer's ball. Barney! It's 3-0. And they've cut away through. And they'll feel that they have beaten Arsenal today.
Well, that's it. Game over now for me. No way back for Arsenal from this. It's the kind of run he does love, Nicky Barmby. Gets involved, perfectly timed, beautiful ball, exquisite finish.
Well, Barmby brought here to get goals from midfield. It's his 7th of the season, only 2 of them have come in the league. But in the right place, and the most precise of finish for Gerard Houllier and company. And even his words, Gerard will tell us they're not ready, that it'll maybe take another year or so to get this side, and he might be right, into real shape for honours. But my goodness, the Liverpool fans are going to be going for a happy Christmas after the week of watching that they've enjoyed.
The thing about managing football clubs, Martin, is you can't pick a year when you can say this is our year, this is it. If success is there and it comes on, you have to take it. If you get a sniff when you don't expect it, you have to grab it. It might be the only one you get.
Well, this will take most clubs their action today up to 19 games halfway through the season. Liverpool have lost 6 of those 19. That's assuming that Arsenal don't score 4 in some 19 minutes. Utopia. Carragher. They just got an arm out across Schmitzer, who hasn't taken much time getting into the pace of a very quick game. Another free kick to Liverpool. Kanu is the last roll of the dice for Arsene Wenger. Great slot for Bergkamp.
Yeah, you feel impossible task though for Kanu to come on with less than 20 minutes to go and turn around the 3-goal deficit against a side that's defended well. The 2 games that I've seen recently, absolutely first class.
Shrewd header from Heskey.
I have to say, Steven Gerrard, Martin, in those 2 games, much was made of players he would be playing against. Scholes, Keane, Butt, Vieira. He's been the star in both games. Again, look at him. His work rate, phenomenal. That protection there in front of your back 4 that is often taken for granted. Plus he can go the other way.
And he's not short of company, is he, when it comes to the challenging?
No, look at that. Look at Heskey back there, 3-0 up. See, that's what's been built on for me. A lot of Liverpool fans might say you're not giving Liverpool enough credit. But the simple fact of the matter, these two performances, last Sunday, today, have been based on a solid defensive unit and breaking away football, counter-attacking football.
Gerrard, of course, if he has a weakness, it is in his ability to play as often as his manager would like. I'm sure Gerrard Houllier would love to have him in every game.
Well, certainly on the back of the two performances we've seen lately, you would want him.
But he does have this back problem that means he needs a rest from time to time. It's cost him a few caps this year. Has a birthday on Christmas Day. He'd like me to tell you that he's 26 this coming Christmas. He'd like me to. But he's kept himself very fit, and it's a compliment, and he shouldn't be ashamed of playing at the age of 36 at this level. Dave Galley is the physio for Liverpool. He says just to give him a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I think it looked more a knock than anything, so it just might be initially painful.
It is a free kick to Arsenal. Steven Gerrard's not yet off the pitch. That's why Paul Durkin is waiting. Perez takes it. And there's Heskey to knock it away. And continue to play his part all over the pitch. Schmitzer. It's good work by Perez. And Schmitzer forced him to giving the ball away. From Gerrard in the first half, Owen and Barmby in the second. Arsenal lost here 4-0 3 seasons ago. They'd won the championship by then, so they put out a bit of a shadow side. Minutes left. And it's the end for Steven Gerrard. Gary McAllister does come on.
17, Steven Gerrard.
One of those who has not got happy memories of the meeting between the two clubs at Highbury back in August. But this is some revenge.
I'll say, I'm just thinking, thinking of fixtures, Martin. I'm thinking of this new resilience and defensive stability that's in this Liverpool side. If only that had been there earlier in the season. You think of games like away at Southampton and West Ham and Leeds and Tottenham, where they'd all taken leads.
Big leads at Southampton.
Yeah, and gone on to get basically nothing from those. It's a season if only at the moment, isn't it?
I suppose in some ways the judgment might come. They've got 6 more points at Middlesbrough than at Bradford the next 2 games after this. Kanu, of course, did produce a miracle at Stamford Bridge last season. Arsenal were really struggling. They're only 2 down then. Pass from Jamie Carragher. I would venture to say he wouldn't have done that at 0-0. Cross down the left. Henry.
Nothing wrong with that. There's no one in after it from Henry, but surrounded by red shirts yet again.
Schmitzer. Heskey. Andy, we've stressed the counter-attacking nature of this team, and Roy Evans should know a great deal more about Gerard Houllier than you and I. He's also emphasised it as well. But what they do when they counter-attack, they will get players forward. They showed that even at Old Trafford later on. They were attacking with the threes and fours when they broke. They're doing that again here. And Schmitzer, that's come off Heskey.
Oh, absolutely. But what they don't try to do, Mark, is they don't allow themselves to get stretched out. I mean, I don't know if it is a coincidence, but I can't help thinking when you look at Jamie Carragher in particular, Robbie Fowler about to be introduced, we see here huge cheers around the ground. One for Michael Owen's goal, I'm sure, and two for one of our all-time favourites, Robbie Fowler coming on. But just quickly on the back four, I just wonder if it's a coincidence. With Jamie Carragher's inclusion, more defensive-minded, maybe better organised, I think, than, sounds strange, than Christian Ziege, for instance, who I think's far happier going the other way. You see a better balance with the four in there now.
Robbie Fowler's got a wonderful record against Arsenal, including 2 hat-tricks in the Premiership against the Gunners, one in 4.5 minutes. We were here for that one. And just on the subject, you've all been reading about other clubs interested in Fowler's services. Gerard Houllier asked me to point out that he does not want to sell Fowler. Let's leave it at that at the moment. Manchester United have shown, with all their success, the value of having 4 top-class forwards, and my goodness, how they missed 3 of them last week, and one wonders how they'll go on later today. Still with that problem, one assumes. Here is Fowler. McAllister also arriving from the bench to join the party. And that's what it is really for Liverpool at 3-0 with 10 minutes to go.
Not a lot for Arsene Wenger to do, Martin, but just sit and wait for this final whistle to go. I think resigned to the fact that this poor, some would say abysmal really, record that Arsenal have here at Anfield is going to continue today.
The last 10 visits, including today, and suggesting that it will finish as a defeat. It'll be an 8th defeat and 2 draws, and we've kind of felt that from Heskey. Injury to add to the insult of the scoreline.
Well, it certainly goes in solid, but I certainly thought nothing much wrong with this. The ball's there. There it's won. Carragher goes over the top. Went to win the ball, did so, as far as I could see.
And there's the subject of our player cam, incidentally, Sky Digital Viewers Channel 404. Liverpool haven't had any players sent off in the Premiership since there was 2 red cards they received at Highbury. Perez. That's a good try. A few players at Highbury who like coming in from the left on the right foot and bending it. We saw Henry try it. We know Bergkamp can do it.
And that's been the story for me of the day. I mean, Arsenal, they've done a lot of good things in the match, Mark, but never got near enough the goalkeeper. I think I can't remember a shot that he's had to deal with from inside the penalty area. 10 attempts and 6 on target, but well, I bet 6 of them were from outside the box.
3 goals from 5 attempts on target from Liverpool is a splendid ratio. Dixon. Fowler going ahead of Schmitzer. And got that line of defence right against Fowler, then of course he had to be concerned about Heskey coming from a wider position. couple of dates for your diary. Aston Villa against Manchester United, Boxing Day. We start at noon, Sky Sports 1 and Sky Sports Extra. We'll have the goals from Arsenal's match against Leicester in that programme as well. Hearts versus Hibs from Scotland's Premier League, Boxing Day at 3:30, Sky Sports 3. Football special, all the Premiership highlights, Boxing Day at 7. Schmitzer just picking out Fowler. On the dart, outside, Barm.
No, Macca, no. You see that? Gary Mack just sit.
Yeah, Gary Mack says I was 2 against 1. Gary, you're still a player when you're a manager. But you can understand Gerard Houllier is concerned. The game is effectively over. Might try and win it 4-0. They'll take the 3, be thrilled with 3-0 before it started. Henry. The problem for Arsenal, Andy, that Henry needs greater support. I'll ask for that comment in a moment because Liverpool's breaking again. But Bergkamp, I think it's 2 goals in his last 28 appearances now. Kanu's been struggling to get Premiership goals, just 1 this season. Liverpool threatening again. Heskey turned his back.
Turned his back, just got caught.
And Will Tor is struggling to make a mark with goals in the Premiership.
I think what the problem is, they haven't found someone who they can say, right, you're the man. You're going to play up top with him, and you're going to supply enough goals and enough chances. And then when we need to rest 1 or 2, we can do that. Arsene Wenger still seems to be searching for the ideal combination. Bergkamp's not made a case, Kanu's not made a case, Wiltor's not.
It's a terrible onus on the shoulders of Thierry Henry. He's got 11 this season. Foul. Barmby. Trying to go it alone. Going with sufficient vim and vigour that Silvino had to play it for a corner. He thought he was being unfairly treated by Nick Barmby, but it's a corner.
Just looking at Martin Keown, he made a signal to the bench as if he wanted to come off, and Lee Dixon, skipper, had a quick word with him saying, listen Martin, I'm sorry, no substitutes left to come on. And he was holding the back of his right hamstring.
McAllister's corner. Schmitzer. Is not happy, and Dixon's given it straight to Schmitzer. Jan trying a trick against Perez, and coming up with a bit of strength to take the ball beyond Vieira. Liverpool are enjoying this. It's a very even game for a long period, although Liverpool scored early. Pick himself up.
He's been told, Gary Lewin, the physio's been down, telling him to get off the pitch, roll off the pitch, and he'll get round to him. You know, as you say, as the game's effectively over, Mark, no risk, no point in risking Keown any further damage.
Parlour is looking for Henry at the near post.
Yeah, game's over, 3-0. We certainly wouldn't want to keep him on for these last 2 or 3 minutes and then pull the hamstring totally if that's his problem. would just compound the horror of a day it's been really for Arsenal.
No seasonal cheer for Arsene Wenger. He should have Tony Adams back in contention for the Boxing Day game at home to Leicester.
As you say, let's keep our eyes on Liverpool. Absolutely sensational 6 days they've had. Old Trafford and in here against you, the two top teams in the country. Now, can they go on from there? Can they take it on?
One of our stewards.
Perez. Now Wiltor. I talked earlier about Arsenal putting together a wonderful run from this time of year 3 years ago to win the championship.
Well, if Liverpool are going to win it, Martin, I think they're going to have to go undefeated. Only Blackburn,
as Arsenal did, of course,
yeah, only
Blackburn
have won this championship, the Premiership, losing more than 6 matches. They lost 7.
The soft pedal in these circumstances. Henry up in the air from Carragher. Vestergaard thought about coming, decided not to. Plenty of players in red trying to bar the way to goal for Arsenal. And seemingly destined to fail to score at Anfield yet again. But Liverpool might not be finished yet. Barmby. Heskey. Barmby's there again. Fowler onside. Robbie Fowler, it's 4! Still a Liverpool player. Still doing what comes naturally.
And the score, Liverpool.
Who would have thought it? Liverpool 4, Arsenal 0.
Well, it just gets better and better for the team in red. He's playing right on the shoulder here as the ball slipped through, but well, this is just a complete foul of finish for me. Doesn't think about it. Has a quick little look as the ball's played to see where the goalkeeper's coming to. The rest and a hot, confident fouler is a formality for me. This will do him the world of good. And a game that's already over, doesn't matter.
It's over now. What a week for Liverpool Football Club. To win at Old Trafford was very special, and it might have led to some distractions for the next game. But my goodness, Gerard Houllier can be proud of his players. Arsenal, at least for the first hour, were worthy competitors, as you would expect. But they've been blown away at the end. And Robbie Fowler wrapped up a 4-0 win. Owen and Barmby also scored in the second half. A crucial early strike, maybe to set the agenda from Steven Gerrard. And Liverpool head for the happiest of Christmases. What will the year 2001 bring them? We will all watch with great interest. 4-0 today.